You're quite correct. It seems I didn't have the commentary turned on, so that's a bit stupid. Hello, Mildolf. Mildolf. Mildolf? What an interesting name. Do you? Sorry about that. My apologies. Resume play on a save game. No. Oh, hello. Good luck on the Arrow of Death, Part 1. For those who journey in dreams. For those who journey in dreams. I don't know what that means. Anyway. What now? Let's look. Nothing special. What do you mean nothing special? There's a body on the kitchen floor and you say nothing special. Anyway, I think there is something special. Nothing special, so it doesn't even recognize the body is there. Or is that done on purpose, I wonder? I don't know what body... Oh. Hello. This is very reminiscent of The Hobbit, if anyone played The Hobbit back in the day. That was a Melbourne House game. There's another game on the Commodore 64. There's some sort of chap there. Say hello. I don't know what hello is. Okay. Say hi. I don't know what hi is. Good. Well, I'm bored with this already. And that is the trouble with adventure games. Unfortunately. But we'll go through. Like I said, what were you talking about earlier? I've no idea. I was rambling on. Yeah, I was talking about Colossal Cave Adventure. And, oh, there we go. Asylum. This is pretty much what I said. In the late 1970s, saw the advent of a new game, the computer adventure. And that was basically what I was playing earlier. There wasn't much to talk about, it has to be said, but adventure games were were written first on the DPD, I think, and then they came to other systems, especially micro machines, as the home computers became popular. Things like the TI-99, the VIC-20, and the Commodore 64, Spectrum, and Oric, and all that sort of stuff. BBC. As I'm starting to I'm starting to write an adventure now, so which I'll try to get out the Commodore 64 and probably Spectrum and maybe Amiga, but we'll see. I'm trying to find some inspiration on where and what to set it in and about. My initial thoughts is some sort of large house where you're held captive and you have to escape from the house. So it's not too complicated, not too difficult, quite simple. Now, should I put graphics in it or should I not? That is the question. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to be doing. And the first game we played there was Colossal Cave Adventure. The one before that was some sort of nuclear simulation thing in DOS, which I wrote a similar game to that many years ago. Not quite as good as that, but a similar sort of thing with a repeating set of variables. It was a quick way to write a program that repeated itself but gave you options, and I thought that would be a key to make a game. Anyway, it can't have impressed me that much because I never went back and did it again, but anyway. So, in the late 1970s saw the advent of a new genre, the computer adventure. As the years went by and the games became more involved, society noted a strange new mental illness. This illness resulted from an inability to distinguish reality from fiction. I know that well. And was directly... I can't even say that. To a deep involvement in computer adventure gaming. The mental illness specialists of the 21st century constructed great mazes populated with cyborg opponents. Into these were thrust the ill to re-achieve a fiction reality dichotomy and thus re-enter society. These mazes were named for the illness as adventure syndrome leading to ultimate madness. What the hell are you talking about? Do you wish to load a new game? Nope. Now, I did play this back on the 64 in the olden days. I had a cassette tape with this on. No instructions, just the cassette tape. So I had absolutely no idea what to do. But what gripped me with this is I'd gone from a TI-99, which had text adventures with no graphics. And when I loaded this up, I was greeted with, boom, graphics and the text as well. So I was deeply impressed. So between this game and The Hobbit are the ones that captured my imagination. Now, I never got anywhere with any of the games particularly. I never had instructions. They were dodgy copies. So I never knew what the plan was. I'd never read The Hobbit, so I didn't know about Tolkien and the lore and all the rest of it. And The Asylum meant nothing to me. But I just liked the pretty graphics. So, you are in a room with a bed. You see the Asylum logo. A camera watches. You see a box within reach. In the box there is a credit card. Take credit card, s'il vous plaît. Okay. Oh, that was a big credit card. Is that the box that was on the bed? North, south, east. Oh, long parser. North. Oh, I don't know. How'd you get out of the bloody place? Open door. Has it got a door? You are not facing a door. Well, I can't argue with that. I'm not. Examine. Does examine work? One wonders. I see nothing special. Use credit card. I don't know the word use. See, this is the mind-numbing irritation of adventure games when you don't know what the parser. I can't press delete. Delete don't work, which is another irritating feature. Now, I must have got out of this before because I played this in the olden days. As a kid, I'd worked this out. Obviously, I'm more stupid now as I get older, which, yeah, is fair. I see nothing special. Up. And look what? Ah. With what? Key? Card. You. Door. With. Card. You're not facing a door. Go to. Door. Look, dimwit. Walk to the friggin' door. Oh god, this is irritating. Right. So that's that. Pain in the ass. Asylum. I don't know why I have such difficulty with that. I did play it before. Now these are just a selection of games that I've downloaded. I just typed in adventure into C64 game base and downloaded half a dozen. Well, a dozen I think it was actually. The idea being to play some of the early 64 stuff and just see how naff they were. Or not, as the case may be. Error reading disk. Coolio. Do not bother with that then. Corruption. Now this is a famous game, and this is by somebody. Oh. This is by who's it by? This is by Magnetic Scrolls. 1988. DOS error. Insert game disk. I've inserted the game disk, have I not? Do you mean that one? Or do you mean that one? I wonder. Insert a game disc. DOS error. Alright, let's have the other disc then. Let's have that one. And back and go. Insert again. Oh, God, don't bother. So, deadline. Dun, dun, dun. Wrong button. Let's try deadline. Please wait approximately 1.5 minutes. Blimey. Deadline. I've heard of this before. Who is it? Oh, Infocom. Okie dokie. An Interlogic Mystery. 1982 Infocom. South Lawn. You're on a wide lawn just north of the entrance to the Robner estate. Directly north at the end of the pebble path is the Robner house, flanked to the northeast and northwest by a vast expanse of well-kept lawn. Beyond the house can be seen the lakefront. Now there you go. You've got all the instructions you need. You have the exits and you have a fairly detailed explanation of what's going on. Or at least your surroundings, not necessarily what's going on, but at least of your surroundings. So that's good. So that's a big step up from where we were a minute ago. So you're on the wide lawn north of the estate to the entrance to the Robner, just north. So does that mean go south to the entrance? No, it doesn't. It means go north. Okay. You are at the Robner's front door, which is closed. You can walk around the house from here to the east or west. To the south, a rolling lawn. See, I like that. I like what they've done there. They've given full instructions about where to go and what lies at those destinations, which I do like. So that is a feature I'll definitely put in, I think. A brief description of where you are and what's left and what's right, what's north, south, east, west, up and down, and so on and so forth. I do like that. Takes a lot of the guessing out of it. So the front door is closed. You can walk around the house from here to the east or west. So if we go east, front door, you are standing at the Ronda's from the east. The front door, a small window, closed, securely locked. Is the other thing of note here. The ornately carved cornerstone of the house is nearby. Can I break window? For no obvious reason, but just because I quite fancy the idea. What do you want to break the window with? See, so the pass is good. I do like that. So I do like the whole way that that's set out. Oh, we have a time as well, 8:03 a.m. Yep, I like all this. A small window, close securely locked, is another thing to know here. To the northeast is the east side of the house. Alright, let's go northeast. There you go, you can use abbreviations as well. The east side of the house, there are no windows or entries of any kind. Here, at the east side of the house, to the north is the orchard, and the front lawn lies to the south. A lawn also slopes down toward the shore of the lake. Okie dokie. Let's go to the orchard. You're on a path at the edge of the small orchard of fruit trees which abuts the eastern side of the back of the house. See, this is good. It's well written. I do like that. Mr. McNabb is off to the northwest. The gardener. Is he the gardener? Anyway, so that's great. I do like that. See, that's a very good way of doing adventure games. Escape. I don't know what escape is. Let's have a little look. And this is the whole premise of what I'm doing now, is just to try to get some help and indication of how to set out an adventure game. Nope. Ooh, more graphics. Sometimes I wonder how Commodore came by their particular colour palette. Escape from Pulsar 7 by B. Howarth and W. Barnes for Mildred Barnes. Ooh, what's the story there? Is Mildred well? Is Mildred still with us? Had Mildred passed away? Open. Door. Sorry? See, I'm instantly bored of this. I don't understand you. I don't. Right, okay. So that would be a delete. So these are all old games. So let's look at the classic. The Hobbit. Did anyone play The Hobbit? Ooh, I might have to pop out. Sorry, gents. Well, I think we'll just have a quick go at The Hobbit and see how this goes, and then ooh, is The Hobbit working? This is the question. Dun dun dun. So I'm playing this obviously on the C64, which may need accurate disk information. Pool of Hitchhikers, Zork the Underground. Now Hitchhikers is another one that played back in the day. Are you loading? I'll say yes. I don't remember ever seeing that before. In fact, I can honestly say I've never seen that before. So I think what I'm going to do in my game, I think it's going to be a house, a big house, a mansion type thing, where you are being held captive. I'm not sure if I'm going to make it graphically disgusting and horrible, or just a story about escaping the house without going into too much detail. I'm not sure. Not sure what to do. The story is loading. Oh God, it's a slow job. So how are you all this morning? Are you up to anything? Is anything good happening in the world? It is a little dark and dreary on Saturday morning in the UK. Grey sky. Well, everything's grey really, but at least it's not raining. The stream started 37 minutes ago. Okay. Is it loading or is it telling lies? That is the question. Oop. I think it's fibbing. So let's go Zork. Let's have a go at Zork. Zork the Underground. Now I did play this back in the olden days, but... Oh. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I did play this. Are you loading from a... yes or no? You can't ask two questions, say yes or no. I'll say yes. Or should I say no? Perhaps I should say no if it didn't work before. Unfortunately, this is an issue with the C64. You have no visual indication of it loading. A little LED on screen or something would be very helpful to show that it's doing something. Let's try that again. Boom, boom, boom. I'll say no to the disk drive options and see what it does. No. Here we go. Please be patient. This takes a while. That's okay. Insert side 2. Not a problem. Oh. Return. And return. Okay, it is with great hope and expectation I send you on this mission. The Grand Inquisitor intones, his voice booming like distant rumbling thunderheads. We have discovered what appears to be a piece of the great underground empire, never before explored. I would have sent Grubald the Bold, but he is busy. As is Matchlick the mighty, so 'tis you. What of Linklaw the lucky you are, shyly? Laid up, I'm afraid. 'Tis you, and none other. A simple solo quest, one of fun and mirth, mischief and merriment, a jaunt, an excursion, a simple outing. Merely explore, enjoy yourself, and bring back news of what lies there, long ago buried for countless ages. And Fretcham the Fortunate, you ask hopefully? A fatality, the Inquisitor booms. Here, he says with evaporating patience, take these and be of good cheer. He thrusts into your hands two things, a brass lantern of dubious quality, and a plastic sword of no antiquity whatsoever, or use whatsoever. But what of Clochak the... Enough! Clochak is contracted. Remember, who is the boss of you? He pauses briefly, as if awaiting a reply. Then, without warning, he answers his own question. Me, I am the boss of you. Now be gone. And with that you embark on Zork, the undiscovered underground. Inquisitor, 1987 by 1997 by Activision. What? How can it be 1997? Anyway. New excavation. You are standing in the entrance of a narrow, waist-high tunnel that winds out of sight to the northeast. This would have been told is the entrance to the new-found areas of the great underground empire. In your left hand hangs a rather unconvincing replica of a traditional adventurer's blast lantern. In the other is an Erstat's elvish sword of no antiquity whatsoever. Its plastic blade, dull as a bread knife, barely reflects the lantern's dim and uneven glow. Okay, let's go northeast. Ni. The knights that say ni. As you enter the tunnel, you feel a slight rumble beneath your crepe-soled boots. As you turn to look back to the exit, giant translucent boulders begin to fall from the walls and ceiling. You duck and cover your head. When the dust clears, you feel your heart sink in your chest. You are trapped. Tunnel. You are in a narrow tunnel whose entrance has been blocked by gigantic translucent boulders. Your only option is to continue northeast, where the tunnel gradually widens. Then let us go northeast. Cultural complex. This is an imposing anteroom. Anyway. So this again is a very word-heavy adventure, but it's another one that explains the exits available. So clearly that's the key. I shan't be doing any graphic adventure because it's too time consuming. It's a pain in the butt. But what I hope to be achieving is something rather like this, which hasn't loaded. Reject that. Turn the fast load off, go back. Tap. Pop, oh. Pop, 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 pop. That was a stupid file not found. Error in O. What do you mean error in O? CPM plus. Oh, for goodness sake. Just load the bloody thing. It's quite possible that it needs it needs more information than that. Alright, fair enough. What else we got? Stock market, the Sentinel. The Sentinel, anyway, we're getting away from what I was initially looking for. These are all other kinds of games. I don't really need release 6. Let's see if that one works. I don't really need to look at graphic adventures. Oh, this is better. You open up the covers, you lure me in. This place is death. I know you feel the same. Okay. Hibernated 1. This place is death. A science fiction story by Stefan. 2018 by Ponsoft, release 6. Commodore 64 Quill version. You wake up. A feeling of nausea grips you as you slowly regain control of your senses. You should open your eyes. What will you do? Well, let's open our eyes. Open eyes. The room is lit by a gentle blue light. A glance through the portal reveals nothing but the endless vastness of the Lyra constellation. Vega seems to be very close now. There is no planetary orbit in sight. An incident must have erupted your journey to Kepler 62. The only exit is to the east. So obviously this is an alien-esque story where you're going somewhere and you've been asleep in a tube. Flash and red warning lights are reflected on the palladium glass walls. The hibernation chamber is to the west, while your private area is to the east. In the north, you get the Polaris 7 command unit, protected by a security door. It divides the narrow corridor into two halves. The docking bay is to the south. You notice a security door which is locked. Let's go to the private area to the east. The place looks like it was abandoned only a few hours ago. Amazing when you consider that your journey through the cosmos began centuries before. You see, among other things, a Class 4 hygiene module, a bed and a terrible messy desk. A digital library. Now this is another one that gives you clear instructions, tells you where to go, highlighted in different colours, and things of interest are highlighted again in different colours. Superb, really well done, I like it, and this will be one I'll be playing, I think, at great length, and I will be using the same interpreter and creation system as this game was made on. So there is no reason, apart from my lack of skill, why it shouldn't be something similar to this. Might be a little darker, the story, but who knows. So anyway, that'll do from me for now. I have to go out and do some jobs. I'll try and do a stream later again this weekend. But that's it from me for the moment. Have a very good weekend, and I'll see you all soon, I hope. Take care for now.